Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
Very special anniversary edition of Surprise Surprise. Can you believe it's 20 years since we started springing surprises on people all over the world? 20 years. Yes, and just think, I was only 16 when it started. How could you? How could you? Call me a liar for 2 years. Well, on tonight's show, we're going to relive some of my favourite moments and catch up with a few of the people who've been on the receiving end of these famous words. Sister Genevieve, surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Oh. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise, everyone. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Hello, Reg Frost. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, what are you doing here?
Surprise, surprise. You know, we've worked out that I've said that 3,257 times on the telly in the last 2 decades. And that number's about to get bigger because we've some brand new surprises for a few people right here in our studio audience tonight. But first, let's go back to 1991 when I surprised 10-year-old Lisa Kales and discovered she had a very unusual talent.
Hello, Chuck, it's Cilla here. And I've got a lot of surprises for you tonight. Well, first I'd say hello to Mr. Frank Spencer.
Lisa, surprise,
Hello, Chuck.
All right, love. Do you fancy coming on Cilla Spotlight on Surprise Surprise with our Bob and me?
Yeah.
All right, well, you're dressed for it. You look absolutely lovely. How did you do me again?
Surprise, surprise, hello, Chuck, it's Cilla here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello. This is our Lisa now. Isn't she gorgeous? Lisa, welcome back to Surprise Surprise. Now, you were just 10 years old, I believe, when you did that.
Yes, I was. Mm.
How old are you now?
I'm 23 now.
23 years now. Now, you've done a lot since then. And it's the last time I saw you, actually, was about 2 years ago, wasn't it?
It was silly, yes. And I appeared on your other programme, Blind Date.
You did indeed.
I did.
And you were a picker on that show.
I was, yes.
Because you're so gorgeous. Let's have a look at the clip on Blind Date. Her name's Lisa, and she's from Liverpool. Sit yourself down there, sweetheart. Lisa, you're from Liverpool, my hometown. I know you're going to be good, but be kind, Lisa. Be kind. OK, go on.
Right, Cilla, to do Cilla.
Right.
OK, the shoulders go up. The head goes back. The hands flick forward.
Oh, they do.
The leg goes out to the side.
Oh, it's already there. It's already there.
And then the mouth goes, and then you're there. Well, surprise, surprise.
Lisa. Well, the audience love you. They love you here tonight. Indeed, everybody at home. But there were some special people watching that night. And as a result, what happened after Blind Date?
After Blind Date, it went out on the Saturday night. It was actually the Monday morning. I had a phone call. And apparently there was some representatives of Pretty Polly watching. And they asked me to model for the tights and the stockings and things.
I know they did. They elbowed me and asked you. You've got stunning legs, and we can have a... Well, we have got a photograph here, a still photograph of those fabulous legs. Look at them, ladies and gentlemen. They go right up to your chin. Are you still doing impressions of me then?
Yes, I am, Cilla.
You're not?
I am. I do Cillograms around
do?
in Liverpool. I do in our hometown. Yes, so that's good.
You do?
I do.
Are there any ambitions left in your life?
There is, Cilla, yes. I have got one more ambition I'd like to fulfil with you, and that is to be you and invite somebody onto the Cilla sofa.
Oh, you sad, sad person. Well, surprise, surprise, Lisa. I've got a card here, and you can do just that. You can go into the audience as Cilla and invite them down on the Cilla sofa. I think they're sitting over there somewhere. So, Lisa, do your job.
The legs out. The shoulders are up. Off we go. Trot, chuck, trot. Surprise! Now I am looking for a Miss Kerry Mackenzie. Where are you, Kerry Chuck? Oh, there you are. Well, surprise, surprise, Chuck. You're gobsmacked, aren't you? Well, you're going to come and join me and go and sit over on the Cilla sofa. But before we go, what about your lovely grandparents? Oh, yes, it's you, Jack and our Flo. Let's go, Flo. Come on.
Sit yourself down where that cushion is. Hello, Florence, sweetheart. All right, Angel. Lovely to meet you. Sit down over there, Chuck. What look?
Meeting you after all these years.
Well, I suppose you're wondering why you're here. Or
Yes,
you
I
lot.
am. Yes,
Well,
I'm
you owe
surprised.
all this to your lovely granddaughter, Kerry, over there.
Kerry.
Because Kerry wrote and told me a most marvellous story about you, Jack and Flo. And she thought that you deserved a very, very special present because you celebrated a certain wedding anniversary last
60
Christmas, didn't
years,
you?
you took-
60
yes.
years married, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Kerry said on behalf of your 60th anniversary, she wanted to do something special for you. She told me all about you.
Yeah.
Now, she told me about you, Jack, and you've got a brother, Ronald, who lives up in Skegness.
Yes.
And you've also... Well, how old are you, for a start?
84.
84.
84, my goodness me. Well, you look well on it. And I was told that you had a sister named Joan.
Joan.
Joan in
Yes.
Australia.
In Australia, how old's Joan?
Same
Same.
age, 84, twins.
Oh, she doesn't
Twins.
half chat, does she? Wonderful. They're twins, are they, Flo?
Yes.
They're twins. Now, I happen to know that way back in 1947 or 48, your sister Joan emigrated to Australia, as you said.
yeah.
Now, you were very close, being twins. You write to her regular?
Yeah.
Yes, so you keep in touch that way. But you've never ever seen her, have you, darling?
No.
Surprise, surprise, Jack. I have found your sister, brought her back here after 50 years. Here she is, your Joan, travelled all the way from Australia just to give her twin brother a hug. Come in, Joan. Break right now, but join us in a mo to relive the moment when we surprised not just one person, but a whole town. And we'll also have a fabulous surprise for the girl everyone at home is looking at right now. So see you in a couple of minutes. See you then. Welcome back. Now, before the break, we saw Kerry's granddad, Jack, reunited with his twin sister, who he hasn't seen for over 50 years. Well, they've gone backstage for a lifetime's worth of catching up, but I've got some unfinished business here with our Kerry. Now, a little birdie tells me that you are absolutely crazy about a certain fabulous, gorgeous pop idol, and that your room is absolutely plastered with all photographs of this person. Who am I talking about?
Gareth Gates.
Well, I had a word with Gareth because, you know, he sent along to me to give to you a specially signed CD. But he thought I would pinch it, and he's quite right. So he thought he'd better deliver it himself, and here he is, your very own pop idol, the gorgeous Gareth Gates. Come in, Gareth!
There you go.
Thank you so much.
There it is. Oh, show everybody. Make them jealous at home. Look what Kerry's got. Look at that. Oh.
Nice to see
Kerry. Well, he hasn't finished, you know. You're not finished, have you?
you. No, I haven't finished yet.
No? Because he's going to dedicate this next song just for you, Kerry. Here he is, especially for Kerry. Let's hear it for the sensational Gareth Gates, ladies and gentlemen.
You're amazing, so amazing. Have I told you? Enough. You're my angel, my guardian angel. God knows I've been blessed with love. But if I be gone tomorrow, would you know how deep my love goes? Have I ever told you you're the one? If the world don't come my way, I hope you still know. I hope it still shows. If the world don't come my way, I hope you still know what my heart wants to say. But if I be gone tomorrow, would you know how deep my love goes? If I was gone forever, would you know how much I care? That you make me feel like flying, that feeling on the ocean. That every time you look at me, you see it in my eyes. If the words don't come my way, I hope you still know. I hope you still show. If the words don't come my way, I hope you still know. I hope it still shows. If the words don't
gorgeous?
Oh, she's absolutely
Well, keep your
gorgeous.
hands off her. She's only 15. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought that was brilliant. Let's hear it for Kerry and her perfect pop idol, Gareth Gates. Thank you so much. Surprise, surprise. I used to spend a lot of the time travelling up and down the country delivering Cillograms. Now, usually these special songs were for a deserving person, but back in 1988, I had a very unusual request from a Jeff Evans. He told us that his hometown of Holyhead had earned an unfair reputation for being the most boring place in Britain. So for the first time in Surprise, Surprise history, I decided to sing a Cillogram for the whole town. Hello, Holyhead! Oh, isn't that lovely? Hello, Bernard.
Hello, Cilla.
Hello. Oh, what a lovely welcome. Now, where's this young man, Jeff Evans, who wrote to me?
Jeff Evans.
Oh, hello, Jeff. Come on, let the show begin. Come on. Hooray for Holyhead, that round-up little town of Holyhead.
It wasn't about me having a wonderful day, it was about Holyhead having a wonderful day. The people turned out in their thousands, the sea cadets and majorettes, the old people, the young people all come together in a common enjoying a spectacle of the day. Wonderful occasion.
It was fantastic. Plenty of laughter, and her singing was out of this world.
The weather wasn't all that kind, but nevertheless, Cilla's presence brightened up the day.
Where all the population feels forgotten, which must be rotten, but look what Holyhead had.
I was a young sergeant at the time, and the streets of Holyhead were packed. I'd never seen anything like it before, and it was such a marvellous atmosphere.
From majorettes to the sea cadets, with symphonies and operas and all that jazz.
When Cilla performed here, she helped to put Holyhead on the map. This is why we're dedicating a plaque to her today. Thank you very much, Cilla.
On behalf of the people of Holyhead, I'm delighted to dedicate this plaque to Cilla Black.
I can't believe it. My very own plaque. Thank you, everyone at Holyhead. Who needs Hollywood when I've got you? I can't wait to see the plaque close up. But now I'm in the mood for a bit of posing. So here's a few memories of a certain fashion icon who's been on every single episode of Surprise, Surprise since we started. Thinking about wearing half of those outfits. I do not take responsibility for that, ladies and gentlemen. I was on medication at the time. I think it's about time I surprise somebody else in our audience tonight. And surprise, surprise, it has got to be you, Peter Hutchinson.
I don't believe it.
Well, believe it, Peter, because I want you down there on the Cilla sofa.
Oh, no.
Come on, take my hand and bring your wife, Debbie, your gorgeous wife, Debbie, and your mum, Mari, with you. Come on, girls. looking happy till I surprised you up there.
Absolutely.
Well, you've got your dear lady wife, Debbie, to thank for all this, because I had the most marvellous letter from Debbie telling me all about you.
Wow.
Now, I do know that you've been married to lovely Debbie for 10 years, is that right?
Yeah, I think that's about right, yeah.
But But Debbie tells... It was a very moving letter in places, it really was. She also tells me that you were married before to a Canadian girl, is that right?
That's right, yes, that's correct.
And in 1973, your ex-wife gave birth to a lovely baby girl, is that right?
That's correct.
What was her name?
Anna Marie.
Anna Marie. Tell us about Anna Marie, because that marriage to the Canadian lady went through a very rocky patch, didn't it?
Well,
and she went back to Canada, taking the baby with her.
Yes, that's true.
What happened next?
Well, she went away on holiday, and within 4 days, something like that, 4 or 5 days, I get a telegram, and she says, "That's it, I'm not coming back." And that was the last I saw of them. I went over to Canada straight away to try and find them, and I got nowhere. And I came back, and well, that was it. And
well, I know you were absolutely devastated. Cause
it was terrible.
But then out of the blue, was it about 16 or 18 months ago, you struck gold. What happened then?
Well, that was incredible, because it was on a Friday evening, about 11 o'clock. The phone rang, and I answered the phone, and there was this lady from a town called Bridgewater, which is about 10 miles down the road from Weston-super-Mare, which is where we live. And she said that she'd received an email from this company in Canada, this website, and that I should contact them because there's somebody looking for me. So immediately I did this, and to find out that it was in fact Anna Marie, which was, I mean, it was quite incredible how it happened.
That must have been a very emotional phone call. Have you spoken to Anna Marie on the phone?
No, I haven't seen her since she was 2 years old.
And your granddaughter, Anna Marie, was named after you, wasn't she,
yeah.
Mari? Well, this is going to be a very, very happy night for all of you, because after 27 years, you've spoken to her on the phone, but you've not met her.
No.
Here she is. She's coming on now
this.
with 3 of your grandchildren. Here she is. Come in, Anna Marie. But keep watching, because in a few minutes, the lovely Bob Carroll G's will be here to tell us about some of his favourite surprise moments. And we'll be looking at what happens when a surprise doesn't go exactly to plan. So see you in a couple of minutes. See you then. Now, we've organised a lot of surprises over the last 20 years, so it's probably not that surprising when things don't always turn out quite as we expected.
You ready, Peter?
You know I want to speak to, don't you?
Yeah, he's in the loo.
Where do you want me to do it?
Just do it along the side of his jaw.
Where? Here?
Just there, that's it. No.
Well, I mean, I can't get in.
Oh, it's all right. Just a bit ticklish. Go on.
It's all right, Messi. Don't worry about it. Surprise, surprise. You're not going to work today.
Why not? I'm not getting paid. What the fuck is the focus in the take of all my trophies?
But that was just a little rouge, you see, Arthur.
Yes, but I still want the photo taken of me tray. Never think we've done all this for. You're a fine girl, you are. Talk about blind dates.
Actually, it's so lovely to speak to somebody, Andrew, who speaks just as funny as I do.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, I can't stand your singing.
He turned out to be a very shy hero. Where is he? He's gone. Keep with me. Where is he? Where is he? He's gone. There he is. Can you just stop there, love? Can you put his other leg down? Oh, let me hold you. Surprise, surprise, John. Oh, our lovely lifeboatman John Hodder. What a star he was back in 1986. And talking of stars, welcome the star man who helped me with our surprises for many years. Of course, it's the lovely Bob Carroll, ladies and gentlemen. It is so lovely to see you again,
We're
Bob.
back on the sofa, sir. I can't believe it. It's fantastic.
I know. What is with this here,
My little goatee?
Yes.
I decided to look more like the dog.
How many series did we do together, by the way?
Well, I make it 8 over 8 years. Eight series.
And I bet you've got some memories, those 8 series.
Yeah. People keep reminding me about things I've forgotten about. I mean, I was the one who could travel the world. You sent me to New York on Concorde, you sent me to Switzerland, you sent me to Eilat, swimming with dolphins. I mean, I had a brilliant time.
Now, one of your favourite clips has got to be of a certain lady in rollers.
Well, yes. Well, it just proves that we don't warn people, because they wouldn't prepare them. They would prepare themselves, wouldn't they? But this lady, she wanted to walk on the wing of an aeroplane. Wing walking. She was fantastic.
This could be where Hilda is. Yes, it is definitely Hilda Fairchild here. How are you, Chuck? Hilda Fairchild, turn round on this lovely swivel chair. Surprise, surprise, Hilda.
What do you think it is? Where's my hairdresser?
I'll have a sit down. Anita's there. Come in here, Anita. She's the one you got to blame.
I'm embarrassed. I mean,
Don't
I
be.
think actually like this.
No, you look lovely, Hilda. But Anita has told us that you've always wanted to fly in an aeroplane in a very unusual way.
Yes.
What's that?
I want to stand on the wing. A wing walk.
You want to do a wing walk?
Yes.
The people look like ants. Well, they should do. You haven't taken off yet. There's our ants.
Those were the days, Bob.
Brilliant.
And we also did our little sketches together, didn't we?
I used to look forward to those sketches because it was one of my little dalliances into acting, which I thought we were both brilliant at.
I thought we were brilliant.
Yes,
Shall we
ahead of
see
our
how
time.
brilliant we were?
Oh, right. Have you got one of those then?
Yes.
Oh.
He loves me! He loves me not! He loves me! He loves me not!
He loves you not, I think.
Oh, no, it isn't Mangy Mick, the Maple Leaf Marauder!
You say the nicest things. Come into my arms, you little roseberry.
Oh, get off, get off! You big bird breath! You smell of a skunk!
But I have something more in common with the moose. Do you fancy a big French-Canadian kiss?
Do you fancy a big French-Canadian belt in the gob?
A girl with spirit. Kiss me!
Kiss you! Oh. apologise after all these years. Did it hurt?
Still hurts.
But getting back to your hits, there was one valuable piece of equipment that you used to wear.
Well, yes, I thought it very important that people didn't see me and say, oh, where's the dog? So I thought I'd wear a hit hat.
You did.
And so I had a hit hat.
Have you ever wondered what happened to that hit hat?
You haven't found it after all these years, have you, Cilla?
Here it is! The very hit hat, the famous one, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic! Look at that! I should put...
Yes, look at that. I don't suppose you'd go into the audience and check to see whether your hat still works.
I wonder if it does.
Well, off you go then.
I'll find out. You see, it's been years. It's been years since I've been able to wear this. It's been years since I've been able to do a hit. So I'm looking for somebody important. I'm looking for two ladies. The names must be Hayley and Kimberly Dower. And I think we've found them here. Which one's it? What are you?
Kimberly.
And you must be Hayley?
Hayley.
And you're Liz, their mum?
That's right.
Well, Cilla would like a word with you on her couch. So make your way down there. Give them a big round of applause.
You sit yourself next to me. And what for our Kimberly? All right, sweetheart. Oh, two, you're in show business now. Well, welcome to Surprise. Now, you've made yourself comfortable. I must say a very big thank you to our Bob Carroll G's for doing that. The hit hat works. It still works. Liz, thank you so much for writing to me. I thought it was a fabulous letter. You were telling me all about your girls here.
That's
How
right.
they've worked ever so hard. Can I take you back? What you mentioned in your letter was that you've not been very well at all. And in fact, 2 years ago, you started suffering with ME. Is that right?
Correct, yes.
So it totally debilitated you, didn't it? And you were fed up, you were tired, you couldn't do... You'd done everything for the girls in your life. So this was a big sort of surprise to you. And it was horrible, really, when your mum got ill. Is that right?
Big shock.
I bet it was. But you kept her spirits up, and that was wonderful.
We made her dinner and cups of tea.
Aww.
We did the washing.
I bet you didn't like that, did you?
No.
Didn't like that at all. Well, it's lovely to see you that you're really well now, aren't you?
Much, much better, yes.
And in fact, you had to give up work, but you're now back at work part-time?
I am. I'm back as a part-time nurse now.
Well, that's lovely. And I have to say, you've raised two very beautiful girls. They are lovely, aren't they, ladies and gentlemen? Now, your mum has asked me to say a very, very big thank you for looking after her. And what better way than I could say a big thank you to you? She's told me all about you and who you love. And I do believe there's a huge Irish boy band that you both adore.
Westlife.
Well, you know what? I got in touch with Westlife, and they were so impressed with what you've done for your mum over the last 16 months, 2 years, because they love the mothers as well. They wanted to come along here and thank you personally on behalf of your mum, and that's exactly what they've done. Surprise, surprise, girls. Here they are, Westlife. So, girls, how does this feel?
Great.
You're not saying much, are you? Not saying much. You've got these two very special CDs. Look at this. Look at this. It doesn't come better than this. Who's this one for?
Well, this is for Kimberly. This is our 4 albums to date, and it just says the names of the albums and how many we've sold. So that's a little present. We've all signed it as well, and unfortunately Shane's not here, but he's signed
Where
it
is
up.
Shane?
He's not well at the moment. He's a little bit under the weather.
Oh.
So, but if he's watching, where is he? He's watching out there.
Yes. Well, if you're watching Shane over there, do get well soon, won't you, Chuck? Haven't you got a great mother? Yes. And that's not it. You're not finished yet, are you, lads?
No, because the girls have been so good to them, Mum, we decided we'd like to sing a song and dedicate it to them.
And as the boys get themselves ready, we're going to take a quick break. But when we return, we'll have Westlife's special song, plus a life-changing surprise for someone right here in our studio. So don't go away. See you then. Well, hello and welcome back. Now, before the break, we saw Hayley and Kimberly being surprised by their heroes, Westlife. Well, the boys have asked to sing specially for the girls, so here, for Hayley and Kimberly, it is, of course, the fabulous Westlife.
Something, one thing that makes it all complete. You find it in the strangest places, places you never knew it could be. Some find it in the face of their children, some find it in their lover's eyes, who can't deny the joy it brings when you found that special thing. You're flying without wings. Some find you cheering every morning, some in their solitary night. You find it in the words of others. A simple line can make you laugh or cry. You find it in the deepest friendship, the kind you cherish all your life. And when you know how much that means, you found that special thing. You're flying without wings. So impossible as they may seem, you've got to fight for every dream. 'Cause who's to know which one you let go would have made you complete. Well, for me it's waking up beside you to watch the sunrise on your face, to know that I can say I love you in any given time or place. It's little things that only I know. Those are the things that make you mine. And it's like flying without wings, 'cause you're my special thing. I'm flying without wings. And you're the place my life begins, and you'll be where it ends. I'm flying without wings, and that's the joy you bring. I'm flying without wings.
Thank you, fabulous Westlife. Well, from one success story to another, 13 years ago, Siobhan and Alvin from Northern Ireland were looking for their long-lost only daughter, Samantha. Now, through tragic circumstances, they had to give Samantha up for adoption 21 years earlier, when she was just a little baby. And this is their story. We don't have to look for your Samantha, Ann, because we found her. She's right here, and she's coming on to say hello to you. Come on, Samantha Ann, meet your mum and dad. Well, the reunion was just the beginning, and Samantha decided to move from England to Northern Ireland to be with her newly discovered family.
It was important to me that I got to know you all. And you can't do that on a weekend here, a weekend there, and that's why I decided to actually up sticks and move.
Yeah, you came over to spend a couple of months.
I stayed for 6 years.
That was the beginning of being a family?
I think one of the reasons it's worked out so well is that none of us went into it with any preconceived ideas about what the other people would be like.
No, we've been quite happy to let each other be the person they are. Finding you completed my life. Completed our life. Sorry.
You daft a pussy.
Well, now from a happy ending of the past to a new story that we hope will have a happy ending in the future. This is Angela Libby from Plymouth with her lovely daughter Naomi. Now, Angela's here to make an appeal to find her eldest daughter. Now, I have to say, I mean, your story is a very moving one. It started way, way back, Angela, in 1972.
Yeah.
When I do believe you were just about 17 years of age.
Yeah, that's right.
And you found yourself pregnant, and indeed, you gave birth to a lovely baby girl.
Yeah.
And what did you call her?
I called her Claire Louise.
Lovely name, Claire Louise. Now, at the time, the father of baby just did not want to know, did he? So there were you know, a girl of 17 with a beautiful baby girl, and you were living with your parents at the time.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
But it all became too much for your family, and indeed for yourself. And then one day, your best friend, is this true? Your best friend suggested that her sister and her husband, who were childless, look after your baby.
Yeah.
Well, this seemed the perfect solution at the time, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing, and they had everything. They was going to give her everything, and, you know, I thought she would be happier with them than she would have been with me.
And then they actually adopted your little baby.
Yeah.
And they changed the name. What did they call her?
They called her Sandra.
Sandra. And eventually they moved out of the district, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it was not long after that you met and married your dear husband, Peter.
That's right.
And it was at this time you thought, I'll have to get my baby back.
Yeah.
But to no avail, you couldn't anyway, because by this time, little Sandra, or Claire Louise, was legally adopted and all the papers had been signed.
That's right, yeah.
And eventually you lost touch.
Yeah.
Is that right? And I do believe you've only got 2 photographs.
That's right.
Of your baby daughter.
Yeah.
And one particular photograph you carry around all day with you. Let's have a look at your baby daughter. How old would Claire Louise or Sandra be there?
6 months.
Only 6 months? Now, let's have a look at this other, look at that. That's the one that you carry around
all the time.
All the time. Yeah. And that's why you're here tonight, because you want to make this special appeal. So if Claire Louise or Sandra is watching, what would you like to say?
I'd just like to say that ever since I had her adopted, she's always been in my heart and my mind, and I'll never forget her, and I just wish that I could find her and see her again.
Oh, well, I thought you put that lovely there. I'd like to show you a photograph of a little girl who's 10 years old. Now, that was taken about 20 years ago. She is also looking for a missing loved one. And the missing loved one is you, Angela. That is Claire Louise. That's Sandra. And we have found her. And she's here today with 3 of your grandchildren. Here she is. You haven't seen her since she was a tiny baby. Come in, Claire Louise, Sandra, and the grandchildren.
reaching out, holding hands, reliving memories as we smile through the years. The tears, the fears disappear. Life is full of surprises. It's surprising how dreams come true. Life is full of surprises, and the nicest surprise in my life is you.
Well, I'm afraid that's nearly all we've got time for on tonight's anniversary show. I just want to thank everyone who's helped us with all our surprises, past and present. Before we go, here's a few more special moments from the first 20 years of Surprise, Surprise.
Sometimes it's wrong to walk away, though you think it's over, knowing there's so much more to say. Suddenly the moment's gone, and all your dreams are upside down, and you just want to change the way the world goes round. Tell me, have you ever loved and lost somebody? Wish there was a chance to say I'm sorry. Can't you see that's the way I feel about you and me, baby? Have you ever felt your heart was breaking, looking down the road you should be taking? I should know, 'cause I loved and lost the day I let you go.
So until the next time, it's ta-ra for now. Ta-ra, everyone!